Hello, hello everyone. Alchemist here. Um, so I'm just checking if everything's okay. If you guys can hear me, and if the image is fine, if everything's okay. This is another live session with Alchemist, where we're going to answer some questions, talk about the occults, and address any questions if you have them. But please, can you first confirm if you can hear me properly? If the mic is working properly, I want to first um, confirm that before I move on. Hello, hello, Manar. Hello, Maria Visitio. Hello, Ina Witch. It's a pleasure to have you guys here. Hello, Nadia. Hi, everyone. Ina Witch, your sound is amazing. Perfect, perfect. So the sound is great. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate you being here. So, I decided to do another live session, even though I just did one a week ago. And I want to do more of these live sessions because the last live was very fruitful, and I was able to connect with you guys, connect with the community here, and answer some of your questions. And we were um, connected in a beautiful way. And I want to do more of this versus just shooting the videos and then um, uploading them later on. So there's kind of like a wall. Whereas with the lives, it's just right there. So I might move these lives to a weekly session. So like once a week or even more. This way, the community becomes tighter and we can connect more often with each other. And I can get to answer your questions as well. So I might actually shift it to tarot readings as well. I'm thinking about it. I might start doing live tarot readings to answer your questions and then pull up the cards for you live. That might be helpful for you as well, versus just filming the video and then posting it. Um, so, yeah, like thank you very much for tuning in. Hello, Lori T. Hello, Aishwarya. Um, So I'm gonna start proceeding with answering. I notice here there's a question from Cheston, and if you guys have any other questions or any comments, feel free to just write them down in the comment area, and then maybe I'll answer them for you guys, and we can go on from there. Okay. First of all, how are you doing today? I hope everything is fine. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Let's get right to it. Um, so Cheston wrote this question prior to the live, and he says, "Can you explain the underworld history? What encompasses it? How to connect with it?" So there's many questions in here in the same phrase, um, and then he goes on asking, "I notice you use chance to connect with the spirit. Can you explain the ones you use, please?" Okay, so I'm gonna start with answering the underworld. What is it? What's the history of the underworld? What does it mean? And what's the meaning of the underworld? And sometimes I do tarot readings from the underworld, messages from the underworld. Are you connected to the underworld? What does that mean? Because from a religious connotation, the underworld has usually a bad meaning. It's a negative meaning, and it does mean something good. And people usually refer to it as hell. They say it's hell, especially if it's from a religious standpoint. But the underworld is just another dimension that is governed by darkness, and it exists simultaneously with the dimension of earth and also the dimension of the spirit realm. It has like more of a supernatural side to it than the physical reality, where here in the 3D plane, everything is physical, everything is concrete, you can touch and feel everything. In the underworld, it's like an overlap. between physicality and the spirit realm. In the spirit realm, it's just spirit. It's not tangent. You don't you can't touch it. You can feel it, you can hear it, you can see it, but you can't really touch it. So the underworld is like a mix. It's an overlap. Some things will be physical and then others won't be physical. And the underworld can be accessed through certain portals from the 3D plane. And it's usually through caves. So there's a lot of caves, for example, in the Mediterranean area around Greece and Turkey. There are caves in Asia where they represent access to the underworld. So the more below you go, and as above, so below, as below, so above, the more below you go, the more you reach the dimension of the underworld. And in the underworld is very vast. It's massive. It's huge. You can get lost there. There are many spirits, creatures, beings that live there. They have their own proper way of living. It's like a different dimension, and we if we see that, we won't be able to understand their way of life. It's very different from how humans live. They're not used to seeing the sun. For example, humans need the sun, they need vitamin D. The creatures that live there, or the beings that live there, they don't need the sun because it's always in darkness. So they can see very clearly in darkness, just like animals who can see in the nighttime. It's the same thing. And they have these abilities that we don't understand. And a lot of cultures around the world have talked about the underworld, from the Norse mythology, from the Egyptians, the Greeks. Everyone talked about the underworld before. And it has become like a myth in the past, I would say, couple hundred years, especially with the development of science and people shifting away from spirituality, and everything becoming so scientific and so um, uh, needing to be proved by science. So a lot of things and concepts that people used to believe, like the underworld, have become myth and folklore, and people don't believe in them anymore. Yet, for thousands of years, people believed that it was real. I mean, in Greek mythology, it has the fact that Hades was the guardian or the god of the underworld. He was just living there, and it was a known fact, and everybody believed in it for thousands of years. And all of a sudden, it's a myth. So it's a different dimension. It does exist. It's physically, but it's hard for us to understand. It's hard for us to understand, and a lot of souls get trapped there. They end up being there either after death, because once you die, and I keep saying this in many of my videos, you don't know where you're going to reincarnate. It's not always as a human being. If anything, being reincarnated as a human being probably is kind of a blessing. Kind of. I know life as a human being is tough. It's harsh. It's not a pleasant thing most of the time. But there are worse dimensions out there. There are other dimensions that are worse than living on Earth, and your soul can, depending on your karma, depending on your deeds, can be reincarnated in the underworld. There is a possibility for that, and it can be a very unpleasant experience where you're lost in darkness for an amount of time that you can't comprehend. It's not something that you count with months or years. It could be thousands of years, but time doesn't feel like time here. So it's an ambiguous dimension that exists out there. It has good beings and it has bad beings, just like anywhere you go. Don't condemn it and think of it as just like a bad thing. Underworld means bad. No, that's religion. Is it hell? No. Religious people label it as hell. No, that's not it. That's a wrong interpretation. The underworld is vast. It has many things that we don't understand. So yeah, it's just another dimension of existence, and it's out there. And um, that's what I have for that question for you, Cheston. Um, I see that some more of you have joined. Thank you very much for joining this live. I hope it's gonna help you. Hello, everyone. Hello, Peter, Liliana, Trippin, Elion, Mother Green, Kim, Spear of God, Muna. Thank you so much. Thank you guys for coming in. And I see that you wrote some questions, so I'm gonna come to each question and try to answer it properly for you guys. And also, I would love to know where you guys are from. If you want to write it down, if you feel like writing down where you are in the world right now. It could be a city or a country or a mountain or a beach. Just write where you are from in the world. I just want to see how many of you are scattered all around the world. So let's see. So yeah, in Cheston, your question had like a two-part. It was a two-part question. So the second part of the question you asked first about the underworld, and you ask about how to connect with it. There's different ways to connect to the underworld through rituals, through meditations, through visualizations. There's different ways, just like connecting with the spirit realm, connecting with your guardian spirits, guardian demons. Connecting with the underworld is the same thing. You can just enter this trance through your meditations where you can go and visit the underworld or connect with the spirits of the underworld. But you have to know what you're doing. You can't just go ahead and just start visualizing things. First of all, have the right intentions before you try to connect. So you can do also rituals for connection with the underworld. They can help you as well. And the chants, the second part of your question is, I noticed you use chants to connect with spirit. Yes, I do. Yes, use chants for connecting with spirit because I love chanting a lot. It's something that comes naturally to me. I remember I visited the desert about the time when I was around 24 years old. So that was decades, like a long time ago. And I went to the desert. I visited this beautiful desert with some friends, and I climbed up the hill, the desert hill. So, and it was just like sand everywhere. And everyone was taking photos, my friends and the tour guides, and everyone was just making sure that everyone is safe and taking photos properly. And what I did was I just started chanting so loudly that even the people in the tent area that were like about a 20-minute walk away, they heard my chant. So everyone was taking photos, and I started chanting so loudly, just like that. And it came out of nowhere, and I didn't know why I was chanting and why I was doing it. Um, and I'm sure some people thought I was crazy, but and I was doing it for a long time. I did it for like maybe 10 minutes. I was just like chanting out loud in the desert so loudly. So it's something that comes naturally to me, and I feel like it makes me connect with spirit because it's sound, and sound is vibration, and vibrations make you connect to different frequencies. So the more, if you can chant properly, you can connect to certain frequencies that are out there. You can pick on them and connect to them, just like a radio frequency. So sound is very powerful. That's why when you hear music, your mood can change, your spirit can change. Some music can make you feel very spiritual. Some music can make you very sad, very depressed. And some music can make you very alive and excited, right? So you have to be also aware of what you hear, what you listen to as well, because that can affect your spirit. It can affect your vibrations. So that's why I use chant to connect to spirit. Sometimes I even have a playlist on this channel called Occult Chant, and that's one of the tools I use to connect with spirit. So I hope this answers your question, Cheston. Thank you, and let's move on to the next question. The next question, Ina Witch asked, can you please talk about how spirituality can make our everyday life better? Spirituality, it can enhance your life in magical ways, and it does make your life better because it includes spirit in your life. Prior to awakening, prior to spirituality, your life is empty. Your life, it's just work, going to do whatever you need to do, coming back, eat, sleep. You're like a robot. You're like auto mode. You just do what you're told to do, and you don't feel or perceive the nuances of spirit. You don't perceive the fact that there's more to just this life. You weren't born here on this earth just to work and just to live. That's not what you came here to do. There's more to it. There's more to it. There's another aspect about exploring who you are, what your soul is. And um, a lot of people who are not connected to spirit will tell you the exact same thing, but they say it in a materialistic way. They tell you, you're not, you don't come here to earth to just work and have a 9 to 5 and just live, work, work, work until you die. But you're here so you can do what you want to do. But what they mean is that you go and start your business and make money. So basically, they're talking about making money. They're talking about being successful in terms of you do something that you love to do so you can go and make a career with it. No, in spirituality, that's not what we mean. It's not about quitting your 9 to 5 so you can go and make money on your own and become independent. That's not what spirituality does. For spirituality, it's about um, finding out what you are doing here. Forget about money. What are you doing here? Have you ever sat down by yourself and just thought, what am I doing here? What's the goal of me being here? What is this? What is this existence? If you said if you ask yourself that kind of question, spirituality can help you answer it. But it's a long process. It's an alchemical journey. It's an alchemical transmutational journey that's going to take years and years and years of working on yourself, practice. And then you're going to start finding out the answers. Why you are here? What's the nature of your soul? And you can't let ego take over that, because what happens in the spiritual community most of the time is when your ego takes over, you start saying things like, I am here to change the world. I am here to save everyone. Now I'm spiritual and my goal is to help people because I'm the savior. See how ego takes over when you start thinking like that. No, it's not about helping people. It's not about changing the world. It's about figuring out what the hell you're doing here. What are you doing here on earth? You with your body and your thoughts and your soul and your heart. What are you doing here? That's what you need to figure out before you can even start thinking about helping other people spiritually or helping other people figuring out their spiritual journey. You can help other people. uh, you can help them through other means, like feeding them. If you see someone struggling and having food, by all means go ahead and help them have a meal. That's amazing. It's going to give you good karma. But you can't go and start imposing your thoughts and beliefs, spiritual beliefs, on other people. Then you become religious. That's what religious people do. They go and start imposing their religions on other people. So you don't want to fall in that trap because it's dangerous. First, figure out what you are doing here and try to find the answers. Work on yourself, purify yourself, cleanse yourself, clean your lifestyle, cleanse your habits, eat healthy. And the more you do these practices, the more you're going to find out the answers and about what you are doing here. The more you're going to remember your past lives, what kind of past lives you had. The more you learn about your past lives, you're going to learn about the purpose of you being reincarnated again here. Why are you reincarnated in this kind of family, your family? Why is it your parents? Why do you have your parents and not other parents? Social status, money. Why is your family either rich or poor or average? Why? Why? There's a reason for everything. Why do you have a good relationship with your siblings or a bad relationships? It could be either good or bad. If you have a good relationship with your siblings, why? If you have a bad relationship with your siblings or family, why? There's a reason to why you're having everything you're having right now, and you need to figure it out. But most people, they don't even think about that. They think that they're here randomly by chance. I'm just here and my parents suck and I hate my siblings. I hate my brother. I don't get along with him. I hate my sister. She's a lunatic and I'm just here and I'm going to do me. That's how normal humans talk. No. If you're here and you have a challenging family, relationship, you need to figure out why is that. Maybe it's because of your past karma, and you need to finish the business. You have unfinished business from a past life karma, and you need to finish it. So having spirituality in your life is the biggest blessing ever, because it helps you improve so you don't have to repeat cycles over and over again. You don't want to live on auto mode your whole life and just die and come back in the same circumstances. Have you ever had a job that gave you so much misery and depression, and then you change it, and you change your job, you get a new job, and then it's the exact same problems? That's repeating cycles. Guess what? It's the same for reincarnations. It's the same thing. You don't want to live one reincarnation and repeat it again. Ig- for what? Your soul is going to get drained. It's going to get tired. When if you have a draining job and you get a new job and it's draining you again, over time you're going to get depressed and tired. It's the same for souls that reincarnate over and over in the same circumstances, in the same kind of lives. And that's why you meet these kind of souls that look very tired. Maybe they're just 20-year-old. They're not even that old, and they look drained all the time. It's not because of cell phones. It's not because of social media, like how people say all the time, oh, social media is making people tired and drained. No, it's because the souls are repeating reincarnations over and over and over and over and over. And it's the same cycles repeating over and over, to the point where you find teenagers that are just drained. They're tired because your past life, you just lived a miserable, depressed past life, and you're repeating it again. So that's why spirituality can help you find answers, so you don't have to repeat these cycles. So spirituality is a blessing. My dear friends, if you're going through a spiritual journey, as hard as it sounds, as challenging as it can be, it's a blessing in your life. It's a blessing. The fact that you're there already. So that's my answer for the question. Let's see what else we can have here. Aishwara said, "Hey, can you ask tarot questions?" Aishwara, so I might start doing live tarot readings. So stay tuned. Maybe my next session is gonna be a live tarot reading where I can answer your questions using tarot live. So it's gonna be like a mini private readings that I'm gonna offer for you guys in the live. So, but for this session, it's about answering your questions. Um, let's see. Thank you. I see that a lot of you are here. Thank you, guys. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much for joining. I hope these sessions can help you. They can shed some light on whatever you're going through. Yeah. I'm laughing because there's a question from Ilion Katak. Katak asked, "Does anyone know Seth's zodiac sign?" No, I can assure you, no one knows, because no one knows my zodiac sign because I never disclosed it before, never, and I never plan on disclosing it. And here's the funny part: no one ever gets it. No one has ever gotten my zodiac sign right. Every time people try to guess my zodiac sign, they don't get it. They never get it. They give me all kinds of signs, and they never get it right. The reason why I don't the reason why I don't want to um, disclose my zodiac sign, it's because it puts you in boxes. It puts me in boxes. I'm not defined by my zodiac sign. I'm sorry. I'm not defined by my zodiac sign. My zodiac sign doesn't define me. My flag doesn't define me. The flag of the country I was born in. Where I grew up doesn't define me. Where I'm from doesn't define me. My name doesn't define me. My family doesn't define me. My last name doesn't define me. And my zodiac sign doesn't define me. It can give you like a foundation. For example, if you want to know when you came to Earth, what did you come with? What's the baggage you brought with you from your past reincarnations? Your zodiac sign can help you understand that. What is the baggage you brought with you here? For example, oh, I was born as a Leo. So that's what I brought with me, the characteristics of Leo. I was born as an Aquarius. Okay, this is what I brought with me from a past lifetime. But your goal as a master is to get out of that box. Do you want people just to come to you and say, "Oh, I think you're a Cancer. I think you're a Virgo." And you're happy? You're happy that people define you by the sign, by one sign, and you get excited? Where is mastery in this? Where is mastery in this? Your goal is to be able to adapt to all kinds of situations. You're not supposed to be a zodiac sign. You're supposed to be all of the zodiac signs. You embody all of them. Sometimes you are going to be an Aquarius. Sometimes you are going to be a Virgo. Sometimes you are going to be a Pisces. Some other times you're going to be a Sagittarius. Why do we have to put people in boxes for us to be happy? What's with humanity and putting things in boxes and labels? What's with humanity and the obsession of I need to know that this person is this. Otherwise I'm not fulfilled in my life. I need to know what Seth Alchemist's zodiac sign is. Otherwise I'm not fulfilled. Otherwise it bothers me. It annoys me. What is that? Well, I'm never gonna disclose my zodiac sign, and no one gets it right. So, and I never ask people what their zodiac sign is. That's another thing too. I never ask people. I couldn't give a crap about what your zodiac sign is because I can see through your soul, just through your eyes. That's all I need. Your eyes, they give away everything there is to know. Your energy, your auric field gives away everything that one needs to know, not your zodiac sign. It doesn't define you. So that's just like a little FYI. And that's why I was laughing. Because a lot of people sometimes, even in the comment section of my readings or my shorts, they try to guess my zodiac sign. They write it down. It's like, I think Seth is this. I think, and most people think I'm a Scorpio. Most people. 80% of the time people say I'm a Scorpio. I have nothing to do with Scorpios. My zodiac sign is the farthest from Scorpio. So just as an FYI, see, it's you can't really define a person based on some stars in the sky. What are those stars? Have you been to them? What are they? Are they planets? You believe that they're planets? Have you been there? Uh, tell me about Saturn. Tell me how Saturn is. Did you take a stroll on Saturn? Do you know how it looks like there? You think NASA knows how Saturn looks like? Ask questions always. Ask. Be skeptical. Always be skeptical. Always. So, but it was a very fun question from Alien Katak. Thank you for asking. Um, Trippin is asking, have you been to the underworld? If I have been to the underworld, I have been to the underworld spiritually. So you can connect to that kind of energy or that kind of realm or dimension through meditations, through visualizations. And the same way I can tap into some people's energy, like if someone gets a reading from me, I can tap on their energies just by if I see if I know the name. So it could be either a name or a photo, but it's usually the name because people are not just going to send photos just like that. So it's just the name. And through the name and through the people talk or even through the way people write the email or the message, I already can tap into the energy. So it's the same for tapping into the energies of other dimensions. All you need is to intend that place that you want to go to, and you can tap into the energy, and it's going to start showing up to you in your visions. And it can show up in your dreams. It can show up while you're awake during your meditations. But I have been there, and it's very, very dark, and the floor is like it's like you're standing on a mirror floor, but it's like wet. It's like water. So it's all water, but it's also mirrory, and it's complete darkness. So how it functions there, it's even different from the dark of the physical reality. It's not like nighttime. It is definitely a different dimension. So you can try. You can also, if you feel like trying to tap into that dimension, but you have to know what you're doing, and you have to be protected. Make sure that you have the necessary tools to protect yourself as well before you connect. So let's move on to the next question. Thank you guys for joining. Thank you. 251 person are watching the, oh my goodness, that's amazing. Thank you guys. Thank you. Uh like that I'm glad if this helps you. I'm glad. I'm glad. That's why I wanted to do more lives. Let's see what's the next question. Okay. Now I'm entering this phase where I get lost in the comment section. I really hope YouTube can make a feature where they highlight the questions on the comment section, because otherwise it's hard to find the questions. Let's see. Hello, hello to all of the new ones that just joined the chat. Sweetheart, Randy, Tamara, Mutaka, Alex Martin. Hello, 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 everyone. Let's see if there's any other questions. Garver Molark asked, are tattoos linked to guardian demons and angels? Tattoos, they are not linked to guardian demons and angels, but if you tattoo a symbol or a sigil that is connected to a guardian demon or angel, then they are connected. If it's just a regular tattoo, like a normal tattoo, like a flower, then it's just a beautiful flower. It has nothing to do with the occult or magic. But if you tattoo on yourself something that is um, intended to connect to a guardian demon or intended to connect to guardian angels, then yeah, then it will act uh, as a tool of connection to that spirit or to that deity. So if you want to connect with your guardian, let's say dragon, and if you tattoo a dragon on you and you intend that that tattoo connects you to your dragon, then that's what it's going to do. So it depends on the intention. Are you having the tattoos just for decoration, like what most humans do them for? Or are you having the tattoo for a specific purpose? I have a tattoo here on my shoulder, and it is a sigil that I designed. In some of my videos, you can probably see that tattoo. It's not something I didn't go to the tattoo artist and picked something from the portfolio and they just tattooed it on me. No, I designed it. And I went to the tattoo parlor and I asked them, tattoo this on me. The same thing for a tattoo I have here. I have two tattoos that are magical. I designed them myself, and then I had them tattooed on me. And even though tattoo artists, they usually don't like that. They like to tattoo what they design, but you can find tattoo artists that will tattoo on you what you take to them, like an art that's not theirs. You can find such parlors that will do that for you. So it depends on your intention. Okay, but good question. Thank you. That's a very good question. Um, what else? What else do we have here? Let's see another question. Someone is asking here a tarot question again. This is not a tarot session, sorry, but I will do a tarot session, and let's see how that goes. Goku's Dragon Balls asking, I'm a Capricorn, what does that mean? You have to consult with an astrologer. An astrologer can tell you what a Capricorn means in detail. But again, as I told you earlier, I don't like to put myself in boxes. I'm not defined by my astrological sign. And, a Capricorn is an earth sign, it represents the earth element. I do actually know what a Capricorn means. The funny thing is that I'm very I'm very knowledgeable about zodiac signs. That's the funny part. I can tell you what each sign represents. That's even the irony about this. But I choose not to talk about it because I don't want to put people in boxes. But I can tell you what Capricorn means. I can tell you a lot of things, and I can tell you what a Scorpio means, what a Cancer means. I can tell you all of that because when I was doing my research about the occult, I did my research about everything. I research everything. Astrology is going to come up, and you have to research it too. But then after you finish your research on your journey, you pick what works for you and what doesn't work for you. You use the tools that work for you, and the things that don't work for you, you let them be. So if you want to know what Capricorn means, uh, you should do your research or consult with an astrologer. But what I can tell you is that it's the earth element. Okay? So what else do we have here? Let's see another question. Hello, someone said, I'm for Tarinda Pereira. Hello from Sri Lanka. Thank you. Thank you for tuning in all the way from Sri Lanka. Beautiful, beautiful. I would love to visit that country one day. I have never visited Sri Lanka, but I would love to visit. Um, hello. Let's see if there's any other questions. And when you ask a question, can you please ask something that the whole collective can benefit from? So if I answer, the answer can help you, and it can help the viewers as well. So the more uh, the less personal the question is, the better it is for everyone, if that makes sense. And for those, for so let's see. I see some people guessing what my astrological sign is. You're an Aquarius. No, I'm not. Priyanka Kumari says, hi, hello, Priyanka. Could you please tell about occult? Occult simply means hidden. So there's a difference between the word occult and cult, okay? Because they're kind of very similar, right? So occult, if you look it up in the dictionary, it means it represents the hidden. It says like a secret, something that's not known to everyone. So the studies of the occult or occult practices or occult sciences, it's the studies of uh, traditions and practices that are hidden, like magic, like the esoteric. And the esoteric is the opposite of exoteric, is the things that you cannot prove with like science or with like a proper evidence, right? So occult is a word that should not scare you because it scares a lot of people, and especially religious people. They get scared because they hear the word occult. They think, oh, magic, bad people, and rah. And they start saying it's black magic, black magic. Why is everyone condemning the color black? Poor black color. Black is the most beautiful color out there. How come it's always used for bad things? Black magic is the worst magic out there. Darkness is the worst thing out there. Darkness is beautiful because it has the color black. Why is everyone condemning the black color? What's wrong with humans? What's wrong with humanity? No, occults is simply the study of the hidden. That's it. For a cult, you know what a cult is. A cult is you have one leader and a lot of followers, and the followers, they do everything that the leader says. Anything and everything that the leader says of that cult, they will do it. They don't use their minds. So when you have a cult, The people, they're basically sheeps, they're followers. They don't use their minds, and they're just following whatever that one person says. And that's why a lot of cults end up in dangerous situations, because the leader, sometimes he or she's crazy, and they start saying crazy things, completely out of uh, nonsensical things, and the followers, they follow those orders without using their minds. That's a cult. Occult is the study of the hidden. And you can do it on your own, and you don't need a leader, you don't need a guru, you don't need a master. You're supposed to do it on your own. You study the occult, you research it on your own. You're not supposed to be part of a group or something like that. And remember that you are your own master. You don't have a master, and you're not supposed to have a master. And there is no mastery. There is no, this guy is a master and I'm just a follower. On this channel, what I teach is you using your mind so you can activate yourself. That's it. No more, no less. You're not here to follow me. You're not here to to do what I do. You're here to do yourself. You're here to use your own mind and your own third eye to figure out why you are here. And that's the meaning of the word occult, and you shouldn't be scared of it. Don't believe what they tell you in the movies, okay? That kind of scary stuff. Don't believe in that stuff. That's just movies. So let's see if there's another question. Um, yeah, let's see. Okay, a lot of people talking about zodiac signs. People in the spiritual community, they adore zodiac signs so much. It's like it's a huge. Um, I'm gonna try to guess things about you and who you are. They love that kind of stuff. You have to expand beyond your zodiac sign. You have to expand beyond that, not guess what the zodiac sign is. Sure, let's say you guess the zodiac sign, and then what? What does that help you with? What does that benefit you? What does that benefit you? Nothing? Let's see. Who's Dragon Balls? How do you know you have lived more than one life? Very good question. Very good question. So this comes with experience throughout the spiritual journey. As you work on yourself, as you cleanse your spirit, get rid of the layers that don't serve you, open up your spirit, not associate with the programs that were installed in you since a young age from society, from your environment, from your entourage, from your parents. The more you get rid of those programs, from Zodiac Signs, that's a program too. You are, let's say, a Capricorn, and that's who you are, and that's it. That's a program as well. That means you're defined by the zodiac sign and you can't do otherwise. So, all these programs, the more you shed them, the more you get rid of them, the more you work on yourself, the more you eat healthy, take care of your body, take care of your soul, you're going to start remembering past lives naturally. It's going to come naturally. And traveling helps a lot. Sometimes you're going to travel to a different country. And I have videos that I collaborated with Ina Witch on, where we explain about how to remember your past lives, or how do you know that you're remembering a past life or not. Traveling helps a lot. When you go to another country and you feel like it's your home, you feel familiar with the language, with the people, with the food, and you're like, I feel like this is my home more than my home country. Then, if that's the case, it means you had a past life there. If you're obsessed with a certain culture and you can't get it off your mind, and you're always researching that culture over and over and over, and researching their language, that means that you had a past life there. Especially if the culture is very different from the area where you're living right now. The language is completely different, the food is completely different, the people are completely different, and you're so attracted to that culture. That means that in a past life you lived there, you were one of them, one of that culture. So it's going to come naturally to you. You're not supposed to look for it, it's going to come to you. It's nuances. Maybe you're fluent in a second language that you learn, and you're so fluent in it, and you don't know why. And other people struggle so much to learn that language, but for you, it's very easy. It means you had a past life in an area where they spoke that language. So, but visiting other countries is amazing. You go to monuments or archaeological museums, and you just memories start flooding back to you. You start remembering that you lived here, that you were part of this society. You see the artifacts in the museums, and everything makes sense to you. I remember that happened to me in Crete, in Heraklion, or how the Greeks call it Heraklio. And I went to the archaeological museum and the palace of Knossos, the Minotaur, right? Because Crete is where the European civilization started. It's the cradle of Europe with the Minoan civilization. And the moment I landed there, I knew I had a past life there. Like it was it wasn't even like right away, right away. And then when I went to the museum and visited the sites like the Palace of Knossos, I just knew that I feel like it's my home. And I've been to Crete like 3 times so far, and I spend there a few months. Every time I go there, I spend a few months, and I feel like it's my home. I feel like it's my home. And where I was born, where I grew up, has nothing to do with Crete or with Greece or the Greek language. Nothing, nothing. So it's things like that that make you realize that that you had a past life somewhere in the world. That's how you can learn about your past lives. Let's move on to the next question. But good question. Thank you very much. What else do we have? What else do we have? Um, okay, so A. Matthew Brores is saying insults in the comment section, which is not nice. Why do you do that? Why are you writing insults and bad things? What's going on? So for those who write bad things in the comments, since this is a live and hundreds of people are watching this, there's going to be people who are going to write insults and bad words. Be wise. Don't entertain that. Ignore it. Let them write bad words. Let them write bad things. And just send these people love and ignore that, okay? But and if you're one of the people who is willing to write something bad, maybe you're having a bad day, and you're willing to write something bad and insult people insult strangers, it's gonna get you bad karma too. If you're willing to do that, just before you write it down, pause, take a deep breath, meditate, take a deep breath, think about something positive before you write down your hate. Think about something positive. And the person you love, who you have a partner that you love so much, something that you love, think about them. And think about if you insult that person that you love so much, how would they react? It's not good. They're going to be hurt. So why are you taking the freedom to write an insult to hundreds of people watching? You think that's normal? You think that's a good human behavior? That's not good. Everyone here is coming here to learn. Everyone is coming here to learn and to be loving and to be kind towards each other. So if you're about to write a hate comment, just stop and ask, why do you want to write that hate comment? Ask why. Use your mind. Don't be stupid. Okay? Use your mind, because whoever doesn't use their minds, they are stupid. Use your mind before you write something down. Before you write something hateful down. That's what I meant. Use your mind. Ask why. Why should I write this hateful comment for? What's the reason? Maybe you're gonna find the answer. But yeah, just ignore the people who write hateful comments. It's so hilarious. Human beings are such a they're such an enigmatic race. They are so oh, humans. Let's see what other questions we have here. Elisa Lushnje. Sorry, I'm butchering the name, but the name is Elisa. She's asking, have been repeating the same things for so many years. How do I get out of the cycle? So Elisa is asking how to break out of the cycle. Any cycle, it could be a reincarnation cycle or a negative cycle you're always repeating over and over and over. So one way to break out of the cycle is to remove, work on yourself, kick start your alchemical transformation, and shed all the layers that don't represent you. If you have toxic friends, toxic entourage, you have to stop hanging out with them. You can't hang out with them anymore. Programs that have been installed in you to believe something that is good or bad or wrong or right, you have to also remove those programs. This comes with practice. So the first thing you have to work on is become aware of what's within you before you can break the cycle. Why do you keep repeating the cycle? Because you keep repeating the same habits, the same actions, the same thoughts, because it starts even with thoughts. So the same thoughts are repeating over and over. The same habits are repeating over and over. Therefore, the same results are going to manifest over and over. So, in order not to have the same results, you have to become aware of what are the habits that I can change in my life? What are new actions that I can take? Maybe I eat very unhealthy, I should start eating healthy. Maybe I hang out or I go to certain locations or cafes or hanging out areas that are very toxic and they have toxic, hateful people. Maybe I shouldn't go there anymore. So the more you work on yourself, change your actions, change your habits, the more you're going to shed the layers that don't represent your core. Because your core is embedded inside so many layers that's not you. And these layers you picked from many places, from many people throughout your life. So now it's time to remove those layers. You just shed them out. And the more you do that over and over the years, it comes with a lot of practice, a lot of experience. The more you do that, the more you're not gonna, the cycles are gonna stop repeating. And please, Elisa, this is something natural. Cycles repeat. It's not something that you should feel bad about. That's how humans learn. They have to repeat cycles over and over. So just work on yourself, become aware of your actions, your habits, get rid of the negative stuff, the bad stuff that's not good for you. And as you do so, those cycles are going to start breaking. If you're always attracted to a certain person, like, it's just an example for everyone, and this person have toxic habits, why are you, for example, you end the relationship with that person, the next one, why are you going to the exact same person, another person who also have toxic habits? It's your choice. It's actions. You ended a relationship with someone who's toxic, make sure that in your next relationship you're not going to go to someone who's toxic. That's how you break cycles. So I hope this helps. Let's move on to the next question. Um, let's see here. Thanks for all of you who joined. Thank you for being present here. I hope this life helps you. Let's see. Let's see if there's another question that can benefit everyone at the same time. Where was I? I'm trying to figure out the question. Okay, okay, I see. Hello, hello to everyone who's just joining the live. Thank you very much. Let's see. Okay, I see that a lot of you are chatting in the comment section. So let's see. The toxic habit. Maria Visitio is saying the toxic habits are passed to children too. Yes, yes, 100%. The toxic habits are always passed down to the children, and that's actually the dangerous thing about humans when they want to have children. You know, before people want to have children, the world have like what it's at 8 billion humans right now, and most of the couples around the world, most, not everyone, but a lot of people want to have kids, and when they want to have kids, they almost treat it as like a toy or as like a little fun thing. Oh, I want to have kids, I want to have kids, without thinking about the repercussions of having kids, and that it's one of the hardest thing, and one of the most serious karmas you can engender in your life is to have kids. Because, as what Maria mentioned, first of all of your toxic traits are going to pass down. They're going to pass to them. It's going to be passed down to them. Behavior, toxic habits, lifestyle, thoughts, and maybe the thoughts are toxic, they're negative, they're not bad. Because a kid up until 7 year old, they're a sponge. They absorb everything from their parents, everything, the good and the bad. And people, when they say they want to have kids, they never think about these things. They think about, oh, I just want to have kids. Why? Because, well, I want to have kids. That's it. I just want to have kids. I wanna see another version of me walking around. I want to see uh, my legacy survive. My legacy, a bunch of nonsense. I want to see my legacy. I want to leave my legacy. You want to leave your stupid legacy. You are stupid, and your legacy is going to be stupid too. Because if you're stupid, you're going to pass down that stupidity and toxicity to your children. So you're just increasing the stupidity of humanity. And that's what's going on in the world right now. The world is full of stupid people. Look at the world. Look at the world, how it is right now. Because when people want to have kids, they don't think about it from a spiritual standpoint. They don't think about it from a standpoint where they want to actually uh, give their kids, the best life or the best education, or teach them how to be loving, kind, fair, beautiful. Like, no one thinks about that. People think, I'm gonna have kids and they're gonna be like me, and that's my legacy. That's how people think, and it's unfortunate. It's very unfortunate. Um, Not only you're building nasty karma for yourself, but you're actually engendering suffering for your kid as well, because your kids, they have to live with everything they picked from you. By the time they get to 30 years old or above 30 years old, they're going to find themselves with all of your baggage, or with all of the parents' baggage, and it's on their shoulders. And that's how people get stuck, and they can't get out of certain cycles, since we talked earlier about getting out of cycles. Because by the time you're an adult, you're just full of baggage that's not yours, from your parents, who wanted to have you just for fun. They wanted to have you just because they wanted to have a family, no other reason. That's the only reason why they wanted to have you. So your all of the baggage you have comes from them. You even Some people inherit their diseases, and you're stuck with that, in addition to what you carry from society, from your environment. And yes, as I think it's Elisa who asked that, it's very hard to break those cycles, because it's very hard to remove those layers that you accumulated for 30 years, for 40 years, for some people, their whole life. You're By the time you're 60 years old, you're just a walk-in bag that's full of things that's not yours, and you're already 60 years old, and you don't even know what you are. Everything you do, all of your actions, is just things you picked up from somewhere. So for all the people who are wishing to have kids, please be mindful before you have kids in this day and age. Please know that these are souls that they probably are gonna have some suffering to go through on this earth. So please, before you conceive kids, please think thoroughly about it. Please, please don't participate in the suffering of other souls. Please. The earth has enough souls. We have enough. You want kids? Go adopt a kid. Go at least do good. At least help a soul that's already on earth. They're already there. They're suffering. Their parents gave them up. At least help them. At least you'll increase your good karma. That's what I think about the subject. Let's see if there's another question that other people can benefit from. Okay. So I just browse randomly because there's so much stuff in the comment section. And so I'm just going to browse randomly and pick if I see a question that everyone can benefit from. So here's since there aren't a lot of questions I see here, there aren't many questions. I'm gonna ask you a question. So, what's your favorite occult tool that you use in your daily practice? I want you to write it down in the comment section. I'm curious to know, what do you use um, for your spiritual growth? It could be any tool. If it's astrology, write it down. I'm not judging you. You know, earlier whatever I say about religion, about spirituality, I just express what I think. I don't judge anyone. I don't care. Even for the people, I always say, for your spiritual growth, you're supposed to cut meat, but I never judge people who eat meat, and I don't care. So I don't judge if you use astrology or any other tools. I Every time when I tell you what I think, it's just my point of view. It's my journey. And I told you, you're not supposed to follow me. You're supposed to build your own journey. You're supposed to have your own opinions. So learn and build and carve your own path that with your own tools. Just because I said it doesn't mean it's true. It doesn't mean that it's the ultimate truth, and there is no ultimate truth. Nothing can give you the ultimate truth because there is no one truth. There's a multitude of truths, multitude of facets to each subject. So the point is not to just, oh, if I say something you don't agree with, oh, it might. The point is not to offend you or to say that what you're doing is wrong. No, no, no. It's not. It's not that at all. It's okay. Whatever you believe in, it's your choice to believe in it. I said it in my previous life. I have nothing against religious people who follow religion, as long as it makes you a good human being, a loving human being. That's amazing. But whenever I express my opinion about something, it's just my what I think about it. You don't have to you don't have to agree with me. You don't have to agree with what I say. Okay? Like the Sufis, they say never listen to anyone or the things they say, even what I'm telling you right now. So always do your research for the things that you believe in. So let's see. Audrey Moad. Hello, beautiful soul. I'm awakening. Just having blocks or difficulty realizing enlightenment. What could you suggest, please? Audrey, thank you very much for your question. So you're awakening, but you're having blocks. Um, Something that can definitely help you. There's many tools that can help you if you're having energetic blocks or you feel like there's something off, something's wrong. Sometimes maybe you're an empath and you can't take on the energy of the world, of what's going on, of the hate, of the drama that's happening in the world. So if you're a person that can meditate, then meditation can help. If you can just sit down or lie down and just be by yourself, you can if you, you can just focus on your breath and sit with yourself and try to calm down and just sit there for like 10, 15 minutes, 20 minutes. Just try to forget time and space and be by yourself. The thoughts are going to come to your mind. Just observe them because you can't control your thoughts. They're going to come. Good, bad, neutral. They're going to come. Just observe them. Don't judge them. If you can't meditate, if you're not a person who can sit down and meditate, you can do that meditation in nature by walking in nature, connect to nature. Go for a hike, go near the beach, go to a park. Make sure that your eyes see greenery, plants, flowers, animals, trees. Walk barefoot if you can without hurting yourself because in some areas the ground is very rugged and it has rocks and thorns and whatnot. So make sure it's safe to walk barefoot. If not, just connect to nature. Spend 1-2 hours in nature. Uh, Treat it as a meditation. Don't overthink. If you're walking in nature and thoughts come to you, let them come. Just be in nature. Have a nature bath, if you will. And talking about baths, you can have cleansing baths as well. Taking showers and cleansing baths, they can help you remove that heaviness and also unblock your energy. So anything that can help you feel relaxed and calm, you should do it. You should definitely do it 100%. Make sure when you do this practice to be by yourself. Uh, a friend is not supposed to be there. Your best friend is not. No one is supposed to be there. When you're walking in nature, be by yourself. If you're meditating, be by yourself. If you're having a beautiful bath where you're just focusing on cleansing your energy, be by yourself. And you can use other tools. Have greenery in your home. Bring nature indoors. Surround yourself with beautiful plants, with crystals as well. Uh, See what crystals will attract you the most. Go to a crystal store and pick the one that feels good to you, something that just you can't keep your eyes off. That's the crystal you need to pick. I'm not going to tell you pick this crystal or that crystal because everything needs to happen by intuition. Intuition is everything. So you go to the crystal store and pick the crystal that's going to call you. And they're alive and they're going to call you. Just like when you go to a shelter to maybe adopt a pet, they're out of the cats or the dogs that are there, one is gonna call you the most. So it's like that for crystals. and wear protective jewelry, because if you're an empath, uh, external energies might affect you very, very strongly, and maybe you don't know how to protect yourself properly. So wear protective jewelry. It could be a ring, it could be a bracelet, it could be a talisman, an amulet, something that you wear, even earrings. Everything I wear has a purpose, and you're gonna do the same thing. This jewelry is gonna find you either in a store, or someone is gonna gift it to you, or you're going to come across it and you'll know, I need to have this, for example, necklace. I need to have it regardless of the price. That's also the energy, the vibration, the spirit of that necklace or that jewelry is calling you. They're calling you. You need to have them. So when you wear that necklace, or other whatever piece of jewelry, could be a ring as well, you're going to intend it to protect you from evil eye, from other people's negative energy, from energy vampires, that people who you talk to for a little bit and then they suck your energy dry. By the time you're done talking to them, you feel like you're going to faint. So you need to also protect your energy. But Audrey, you're on a beautiful path. It's challenging, it's not easy. Keep moving forward, protect yourself, and you're going to be guided. The universe is going to guide you to every step on your way. Okay? So I hope this helps. Um, let's see if there's another question. Um, let's see. Okay, let's. I'm just trying to find a question that everyone can benefit from, and I'm browsing all all of the insults and oh. Humans, it's just part of their what is it in it's just part of their soul's code to have hate. You just want to hate on someone, right? You just enjoy it. It gives you pleasure, right? Oh, poor humans. Poor humans. Let's see if there's another question. Okay, I see there's some question. I'm sorry, guys, if I'm taking time to find the questions, because I'm just lost in the comment section. There's so many comments as usual. So I'm just trying to find a good question that everyone can benefit from, and then I'll answer it for you guys. So, where is it? Where is it? So here, uh, the name lesser star, I think. What's the question is, what's the difference in higher lower energy? You mean the difference between, right, higher and lower energy within occult alchemical path? And there's two questions here. In genes, demons, angels, do they have hierarchy in the spiritual realms? So for difference between higher and lower energies, energy is everywhere. It makes up everything. And low energy is basically the kind of energy that's going to be negative, that's going to affect you negatively. It's something that doesn't serve you any good, like someone writing a hate comments like what I have read, right? So these are people who are dumping their negative energy in the comment section. So they have negative energy because their life is miserable, or they have challenges in their lives, and they don't know how to transmute that negative energy. What they do is gonna dump it onto someone, and it could be on the comment section, it could be to their friends, to their parents, and these people are actually uh, they're the people who we need to feel sorry for the most, because nothing comes from nowhere. Even the Buddha talked about this, is dependent origination. The world exists on this law called dependent origination. Everything has a cause. Everything comes from somewhere, and for that cause, there's a result. There's an effect. So the people who are hating, or they write hate comments, or they try to pick up a fight with you, it's because they were treated that way. Their parents treated them that way. Their parents, for example, they just uh, uh, heard negative things from their parents, hate, very bad things. Some people have abusive parents. So can you imagine what this kid is going to grow up to be like? He or she is going to grow up to be a hateful person, a person who only wants to spread hate, because the poor things, that's the only thing they got when they were young. They got hate. Can you imagine, from their own parents? That's why earlier I said, before you give birth to kids, please think about it. If you're going to give them birth and give them hate, that's not spiritual at all, and that does not contribute to the spirituality of the whole world, because you're just going to have uh, uh, like very nasty human beings. You're going to end up with a lot of nasty human beings if you keep doing that. So when you don't know how to transmute that energy, which is actually low energy, since you asked about what's the difference between low energy and high energy, that is low energy that was given to these people. So when they don't know how to transmute that low energy, which is very negative, very toxic, they're gonna want to hurt someone else. I'm hurt. How come someone else is not hurt? Especially if they look like they have their life together. I'm gonna go and hurt them. Who the heck do they think they are to have their life together? My life is miserable. My parents hated me. I've had just bad things in my life. I'm gonna go and give that to someone else, because that's how people think. So, because deep inside, everyone has a beautiful core, but it gets like taken over by hate, taken over by low frequencies, which are low energies. High energy is the opposite. High energy is the energy of the heart chakra, the center, the energy of love, the energy of beauty, the energy of helping other people, the energy of being compassionate and empathetic, the energy of, even if someone hates on you or tells you a bad word, you don't give that back to them, or you don't hurt them back, or you try to think about where they're coming from. This person said this to me because they're coming from this, so I'm not gonna hate them. They gave me something bad. I'm not gonna like entertain it. The Buddha, when someone tried to insult him, when he was giving his discourse and he was trying to help people, and one person came, a hostile person, and he was insulting the Buddha. Just, you're a scam, you're a bad person, you're tricking people, you're a lunatic, and he was just telling him bad words, and the Buddha was quiet. He didn't even answer, and he let that person finish the hates and all of the bad words. And after he was done, the Buddha asked him, "Are you done?" And the person said, "I'm done." And he told him, if someone comes to your home and you treat them food, but they don't accept the food, who does that food belong to? The insulting person, the mad person, says, well, of course, that food is for me. If they don't eat it, it's more food for me. It's going to belong to me. And the Buddha said, well, similarly, I'm not accepting whatever you're telling me right now, so it's going to stay with you. And that person was caught off guard. So anyone who comes and insults you or tries to pick a fight with you, either on the comment section or somewhere else, if you don't entertain that and reply to them with the same manner, it means whatever they insulted you with, it stays with them. It means they didn't succeed on dumping the energy onto you. They didn't succeed. But unfortunately, what they're going to do is they're going to do it with other people. You're not special. If someone tries to hurt you, it's not just you. They're going to try to hurt everyone they come across. So if they hate on you, or if they write a bad comment to you, they're going to write it to everybody else. So that's the difference. And the goal is to always transmute the low frequency, the low energy, into higher energies. And I address this in many of my other videos. There's many tools you can do so. um, Connecting to nature, meditation, physical exercise helps a lot. Physical exercise like running very fast for a long period of time. If it's the gym for you, go to the gym. So it's something that where you can let out that energy. You can let it out, so it doesn't stay inside of you. Especially if someone dumps it on you, your partner comes and tells you a hurtful word, you can't keep that inside. You have to transmute it. If you keep it inside, someone else is going to take it. Maybe your coworker, or your family member, or your best friend, because it's here. And that's why some people sometimes explode randomly out of nowhere. They just explode because they kept whatever they received from someone else or from somewhere, they kept it inside, accumulated for a long period of time. They didn't transmute that low energy, and all of a sudden it's like a ticking bomb. One day comes and they explode. So be careful with the negative energies that you receive. Try to always transmute it right away. Don't keep it inside. If something doesn't please you, transmute it right away. Don't keep it inside. Let it out right away. Never keep anything inside of you. Never. Because um, the worst that can happen out of this is this can be transmuted um, into a disease, into an illness, because you don't want to end up with cancer or something similar at a later age. That's what hatred does to you. The more you have hate inside of you and it accumulates and accumulates and accumulates, it transmutes into a disease, into a physical disease that you can be stuck with. So mind how you play with energy and how you use it in your life. So that's the difference. And also, the second part of your question was jinns, demons, angels, are they hierarchies in the spiritual realms? Absolutely. Absolutely. There are hierarchies, the same way there are hierarchies in the animal kingdom, in between humanity and the human world. There are hierarchies in the spirit realm. There are spirits that are very malicious. They're low vibrational spirits. They go to people with low vibrations. They even hunt them. They possess them sometimes. So there are nasty spirits out there, and these spirits, some of them are weak, some of them are very strong, and they also have echelons, and they have like hierarchy. And similarly, for the good spirits, there are benevolent spirits, there are neutral spirits, spirits that don't care, they just live and they don't care about helping anyone. And there are other spirits who would love to help you. Some of them are they can just help, they don't have superpowers. Some of them are extremely powerful, and they can't even manifest or talk to you, because just one word from them can shake your whole existence, and your body might cease to exist if they just utter one word. So so the usually how it works is that the very 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 powerful spirits that are extremely powerful, they don't even bother with the human realm. It's too low for them. It's too low. It's too they can't even interact with it. And that's why they use other lower spirits to do the work for them. So they have to use spirits with frequencies that can match the earth frequency in order to manifest here on earth. Otherwise they can't manifest on earth, because they're too their energies are too high. They're too high for the earth realm. The earth realm is a lower realm. The earth realm is not a it's not a realm that that you should be happy. So don't think that it's something amazing to be proud of. No, the Earth realm is a boot camp. It's a boot. You come here for an intense boot camp to either work on yourself, figure out who you are, transcend this reincarnation and this cycle, or you're here to repeat the cycle over and over while going through suffering, 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 suffering. And the root of suffering is attachment. Unless you get rid of your attachment, you're going to be always suffering on earth. Attachment to everything, to everything. Unless you get rid of that attachment that you have with everything, you're going to keep suffering over and over and over. So even the billionaires, they're suffering. Don't think that money is going to cut it. Don't think that money is going to solve your suffering problems. Money is going to pay your mortgage and your home and your car. Yes, it's going to do that for you. But suffering is going to persist. Suffering only disappears if you work on yourself spiritually. That's how it works. So be very, very mindful of these things. But yes, they do have hierarchies for sure. They do. They do have hierarchies just like human beings. Rihanna Cortez said, astral projection, please. So she's talking about, I'm not sure if this is a question. So you want me to talk about astral projection. Astral projection is a technique. It's a tool that can help you get out of your body, meaning that your soul leaves your body in order to explore the spirit realm. That's what it means. Some people are born with that gift right away. They don't even have to practice to get there. Some people just have it, just like someone who's gifted at drawing. They just know how to draw since a young age. They don't need to practice. So some people are born with astral projection ability. It's scary. Don't think that it's a fun thing. Because when you get out of your body, you see your body first. So to some people, it happens traumatically when they have, like, let's say, an accident, or they're in the hospital about to go through a serious surgery. The fear and the trauma of that experience forces an astral projection. And it has been documented by many researchers where people in hospitals, when they're having surgery, they see their soul, they see themselves from above, and they see that the surgeon is opening them up and working on them. Or in car accidents, when just before the accident happened, the soul leaves the body. So that can be forced because of something fearful. But some people can do it willingly, and it's not fun. Because when you leave your body, you don't know. You're there. You're going to see the spirit realm, and you don't know what's there. So you have to be ready. It's not like, oh, I'm going to leave my body and it's going to be peaches and cream. You don't know what you're going to see. What if there's a malicious spirit? Right? So you have to be very careful. So don't mingle with astral projection unless you're very certain about the fact that you're powerful enough, that your energy is powerful enough to protect yourself when you are in the spirit realm. It's like it's the same thing for sleep paralysis. So that's what I'm going to tell you about astral projection. Let's see if there's some other questions here. Yeah. Maria said God didn't create religions, human did. That's actually something I say all the time. Those are wise words. That's the thing with religion. It's humans who created religion. Um, uh, Here it says God didn't create religion. It's okay. You can believe in whichever God or deity you want to. But the point here, and I say this many times, even in my conversations with people, you can believe in anything you want to believe, but religion, people condemn it a lot. They condemn religion. Oh, this religion does this religion does that, this religion. All people condemn religion, forgetting that religion was created by humans. Religion was created by humans. So people like to point fingers, and they think that pointing fingers at religion, it means, oh, they're cursing God, or they're cursing the deity. No, you're just cursing other humans who create this problem. So only humans are to blame for religion. All of these sages that came on earth, like Jesus and Buddha, or all of these messengers that came in ancient past, they just had a good message for humans to become a better person. But what humans do, create a religion for control. And when they preach it to people, like it creates chaos and wars and killings and murders and what we have in the world right now as we speak. It's happening right now as we speak. So the only person to blame is humans, not the gods, not the deities. It's humans. Every bad thing that's happening on earth, humans created it. Humans. And that's why humans are not really loved by other things out there that exists out there. They're not really loved because humans, by nature, they're hostile by nature. So your goal is to transmute that. You're not supposed to be a hostile being. That's not who you're supposed to be. Anyway, I don't want to change the subject. Let's go to another question. Hello, I see a lot of people saying hi. Hello, Auma. Brianna Ross, how do I remember who I am? At a soul level. I'm sorry to ask again. No, no, it's okay, Brianna. Like, if you have a question that you can benefit from that can help you on your journey, of course, by all means, please write as many as you want, and I can answer them within the time frame. But how do you remember who you are? I answered this earlier, but if you just want to know your true soul, your true core, actually, the fact that you're asking the question is already amazing. The fact that you're at a point where you're asking, how do I remember who I am? That means you have enough awareness that's going to lead you to remembering who you are at some point. Follow your intuition, follow the synchronicities that come your way, messages, numerology, anything that comes to you with a feeling. When you see it, it feels like it's different. That's what you need to focus on, because that's usually a message from your guardian spirits, from your guardian demons as well, which I'm going to address in another live. And as you gather information on your journey, little bits here, little bits there, see, because spirit doesn't speak a language. It leaves you crumbs, little bits of information here and there. That's how spirits talk. They don't come and write you a sentence and say, "This is what you're supposed to do." You have to decipher and figure out the message. It's like alchemy, and that's why alchemy is a spiritual practice, because it reflects spirits. You have to decipher it in order to understand it. There's something, maybe it's a universal law, with spirit never giving you the answers. You have to decipher the answers before you can get them. So it's a long journey. To remember who you are, it's going to take years. It's not something that comes overnight or right away and you're like, I know who I am. So it's years of practice, years of doing the work, years of gathering information here and there. And one day it's going to fall on you. It's going to be like a download, and it comes to you and you know who you are. And at the core of each soul, what are we really? We are nothingness at the core. Because the more you look deeper and deeper and deeper, you just find that we are the sum of our experiences that we gathered in this lifetime and many, many, many lifetimes before. So we're just the sum of experiences, but in our true core, we're nothing. We're just energy. That's all we are. So you will remember who you are, Brianna. It's gonna come in divine timing when you're ready at the right timing. Let's see if there's another question. Um, I see that some of you are answering the questions, which is great. Padma Mural, meditation, rituals, chanting mantras, anything that suits the circumstance, even such interactions with similar mindset people works. Yes, that's I totally agree. Um, Yusuf Yoyo, I want to know my secret dark power. Unfortunately, this is not a tarot live session, as I have mentioned, so maybe I can answer that in the next live where I will do a live tarot reading and I can pull some cards for you. But for this live, it's about answering questions about the occult, alchemy, reincarnation, awakening, whatever that is you need help with. Um, let's see, let's see. Uh, Glow Within 555 Tarot wrote, also move the body, dance, listen to the Hertz music, play an instrument. Yeah, yeah, that's very good advice. Yeah, move your body could be, yeah, dance is amazing as well. For it's a practice that can actually even remove blockages from your energy field. Playing instruments is amazing. It's an amazing tool as well. Totally agree. Tangible Tanya, God loves you. He's all you need. Well, I'm grateful that He loves me. Uh, Glow Within 55 Tarot said, remember to speak intention to the crystals, because crystals, they can hear you, as what Glow Within said, they can hear you, and they're alive. So whatever you want to, like, if you want protection, then ask the crystal to grant you protection. If you want manifestation, ask the crystal to grant you manifestation, because they are conscious, they are alive, they will hear what you desire, and you will build a relationship and a connection with them, and you will see that they're actually helping you with protection, with manifestation, with whatever you intend them with, which is a beautiful thing, because even though they're rocks, they're actually more alive than humans. Let's see if there's maybe a couple more questions before I wrap up this live. Q Kim says, why is snake so frightening? Because snake is associated in the West with fear. It's a thing. It's religion. It's a religion that someone mentioned earlier that was created by humans. Because snakes being a fearful thing is a human concept that was created in our religion, and it, it's a concept that has been going on for thousands of years. Humans are indoctrinated with it, and they believe that snakes are scary because the snake lured Adam and Eve. The giant snake lured Adam and Eve. It's scary. Oh, snakes in the occult, and even in the East, they know this. Even because occult practices are still based on in the Western world and Mediterranean. In the East, they believe this too, even though they're far away. Snakes and wisdom, they represent knowledge and the occult. So if you see actually snakes in a dream in the East, they believe that it's good luck. They believe that something good is coming to you, and not the other way around, like in the West. When they associate snakes with fear, in the East, they associate snakes with abundance, knowledge, and gaining something amazing in your life, and especially black snakes. In alchemy, you always see the representation of reptiles. You see dragons, you see salamanders, you see the sign of the Ouroboros, which is a salamander or a snake biting its own tail. What does that mean? It means it's the knowledge and wisdom of alchemy that is hidden in the snake. It's hidden, and your goal and your job is to unveil that wisdom. How do you unveil it? By overcoming your fear of the snake. Because you think it's something fearful. But what is fearful, when you understand it, it actually can help you become who you are. And that's why I always say, embrace your darkness. Because where do snakes like to live? In darkness. They hide in holes, in caves. Snakes, they like darkness. So they're associated with darkness. And darkness is where everything comes from. It's where the light comes from. It's where knowledge and wisdom comes from. Snakes are reptiles, so are dragons. So how come people love dragons and they fear snakes? They're the same family. It's like saying, I love cats, but I hate lions. No, if you love cats, you're going to like all felines. You're going to like lions, tigers. But when it comes to snakes, it's always, I hate snakes and I love dragons. They're the same thing. They're the same thing. Because dragons also represent spirit. They represent knowledge. They represent wisdom. So the fear of the snake is a program, an indoctrination that was pushed onto you, forced onto you to believe that it's scary. It's the opposite. Same as demons. And I'm going to talk about demons in another episode. It's an agenda that was forced onto you to make you fear demons, that demons are something bad, for the sake of control. So you are controlled. Because when you're fearful, when you're scared, it's easy to control you. When you're scared, you will do anything. And that's what religions have been doing for thousands of years. They knew that humans give in to fear. So they scare them with snakes, with demons, with hell. And the result, these humans can do anything they're ordered to because they're scared. And that's why they keep scaring you over and over in the news. So you're easier to control. Because the more you're scared, the easier you are to control. Snakes are beautiful. And they hold knowledge and wisdom. In alchemy, every time you see the sign of a salamander or a dragon or a snake, it's for a reason. It's a symbol that represents the alchemical knowledge. And in alchemy, there's some beautiful symbology, even with there's this imagery of Saint Michael, or there's a saint that is spearing the dragon. He has a spear and he's fixating the dragon on the floor. If you see that imagery, it's actually also religious imagery as well. When I went to France to Mont Saint Michel, I visited there, and there's a huge statue of Saint Michel fixating the dragon with his sword, or with his I don't remember the exact imagery, but that imagery, there's an alchemical meaning behind it. People say the religious interpretation is that, oh, he killed the snake because the snake is the bad thing. The snake is the one who lured Adam and Eve outside of heaven, blah, 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 blah. So when you kill the dragon, when you kill the snake, oh, you got rid of your bad side, or you got rid of now you are strong and you belong to God or whatnot. So that's a religious interpretation. Alchemical interpretation of that is that he's fixating the dragon on the floor. When you look at the imagery or the statue, the dragon is still alive. What does that mean? That means you got a hold on the knowledge. What knowledge? Occult knowledge, the hidden knowledge. The dragon is the representation, is the symbol of the hidden knowledge. And you're fixating the knowledge to earth with your spear. That means now you understand the knowledge. So that's the alchemical meaning of the same imagery. Religion interprets it differently, or the religious interpretation is what's given to everyone, and the alchemical interpretation is only reserved for the initiates. Because you're going to find in Christianity many imagery like this. The image has one meaning for the commoners, and for the initiates or for the alchemists, it has a different meaning. And it was built like that on purpose. There are many churches in France that are loaded with alchemical symbology. But when religious people go there, they don't pay attention. They think it's just a religious thing. But alchemists can actually decipher alchemical meanings for transformation in those images, because the builders of those churches were alchemists, just like tarot, just like tarot. They embedded occult, hidden, initiate knowledge in imagery, inside of images. It's truly fascinating. So, snake is not frightening, okay? Just remember that. It's something that was taught to you. And if it was taught to you, it doesn't mean you have to follow it. Remember that. I'm gonna pick a couple more questions because I see many questions here. How to get a better at intuition? Cleanse your body and clean it. Cleanse your energy, cleanse your aura. Don't eat meats. Eat light foods. Take care of your body. Connect to nature. The less heavy foods you eat, the higher you can hear spirit, the better you can hear spirit. Fasting can help you as well. Fast just for 24 hours on water, and you'll see how you're going to feel. Vis-a-vis spirit. I'm not talking about health. Fast for 2 days, and you'll see how you're going to feel. So there are many tools to become better at following your intuition and even hearing those subtle messages that come to you from spirit, because they're always very subtle. What spirit is very subtle, and what's loud, that's super loud, that's usually from what's around you, from people or from programs, and that's loud here in your head. But what comes from spirit or from your guardian spirits, it's very silent, subtle, quiet. And that's why if you don't work on yourself, if you don't elevate your soul, you can't tune in that frequency. You have to tune. You have to match the vibration of that frequency to hear those things. Let's see, what else do we have here? I say a couple more questions and I end up answering more. So let's see. Where was I? I'm trying to. Yes, okay, here. Intuition. Jennifer Muniz. Are we in the end times? Are we in the end times? Well, what do you think, Jennifer? What do you think? Do you think we're in the end times? What do you guys think? You think we're in the end times? You think we're reaching in like an end? The world is heading a scary direction for sure. More people are born more than ever. We're reaching 8 billion people. Most people on earth are doing atrocious things. They're stupid and dumb. People only care about money and materialistic things. That's all they care about. We have children and mothers and people being killed and murdered and massacred live, and people, they're just they're they're numb to it, numb, numb. And I'm not condemning you guys, because what can you do? I'm condemning the people that rule the world, the people in the world that can do something about it. They're numb to it. Of course, we're heading towards the end of times. That's my answer. I think we are. But from a quantitative standpoint, how many years is it going to be? Because for spirit, time doesn't exist. For spirit, 1,000 years and 100 years, it's nothing. It's nothing. For spirit, 1,000,000 years is nothing. So when we say the end of times, what is time to begin with? Okay, maybe we're talking about time in 3D, right? Here in the physical reality. If we speak about the physical reality, with how the rate at which the world is going right now, if it keeps going this way, a few hundred years and it's done. A few hundred years. And it's going to end in a catastrophe, just like Atlantis. Atlantis flooded. Well, the next one is going to be through fire or wind. That's what's going to happen. So it's a cycle repeating again. Cycles repeating over and over. And I always say this. I say that humans don't evolve, they repeat cycles. Humans never learn or evolve. They repeat cycles. Humans are the masters of repeating cycles. Except for the 1 or 2% who actually get it. They become aware and they transcend this madness. So the only way out for you, my dear friends, is to transcend this madness, because the cycles are going to keep repeating over and over. Even if the times we're living in there, they're going to end, a new time is going to start, and humans will only repeat cycles. That's all they're going to do. So are we in the end of times? We are. Just look at the world and you'll see the answer. I don't mean to be cynical, and I don't want to sound like a spiritual, fluffy new age. I wish I could. I wish I could. I wish I could say the world is amazing and we're living in heaven. But I look around and it's not the case. It's not. So let's see if there's another question here that everyone can benefit from. Can we? Let's see. Okay. What else do we have? What? Howard G. Passive aggressive question. So have you transcended? That's the vibe. People are very funny. So have you transcended? I'm talking Howard G. I'm talking to you live. How the heck have I transcended? How the heck have I transcended? Use your mind. I said it earlier. Before you ask questions like that, use your mind. Use your mind. Don't ask questions like that. Use your mind. Oh, very funny. Humans are funny. Yeah. Um, if I transcend, you think I'm gonna come back here to do a live for you, Howard G? Yeah, yeah. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see if there's a couple more questions. Okay. Okay, let's see. Manar, thank you so much. You wrote, I send love for all. That's a beautiful comment. Thank you very much for sending love. I'm sending you love back, and I appreciate it. That's amazing. It's very, very kind of you. Claudia Lagarde, no moral or ethics on earth. Unfortunately, Claudia, that's my heart aches every day for what's happening on earth, and it's just like sometimes you just, what can you do? What can you do, right? Like, live your life with love, have peace around you, send love to everyone, do a ritual for manifesting love and peace in the world, be good in your life, be good to other people around you. That's all you can do at the moment. That's all you can do, because the world is run by some very, very evil people, and there's nothing that people like us can do about it other than sending love, doing our work, working on ourselves, and that's it. And that's it. Um, uh, okay. Hello, hello, everyone who just joined in. Uh, uh, Lions TV asked, "Do you believe in Jesus?" Yes, Jesus definitely existed. Yeah, he was a sage. Jesus was one of the sages that came to Earth to spread the good word, to spread love and positivity, and just like Buddha, just like Siddhartha Gautama. And these sages have been coming to Earth for thousands of years. So yeah, of course, yeah. Like it's without any doubt. But the problem is, what did people do with what he preached? Someone said it earlier. They start writing religions and controlling people. It's like it baffles me. It baffles me what humans do. Like, to someone who have a good intention, they come to help, and they take that knowledge and they use it for control. And but Jesus definitely existed, just like all the messengers that are mentioned all across traditions all around the world. They all have existed, and they all came to help humanity overcome their suffering and their challenges. And yeah, like the alchemist asked, the alchemist, I like that. Do you take private questions? So here, you in this live, you can ask just questions that anyone can benefit from. It could be a little bit personal, but make sure it's for everyone. Um, or I'm gonna try to do a live tarot session where I can ask people's questions through tarot. If not, you can go to cephalchemist.com, and I have services that I offer there: private readings, private consultations, and I can ask specific questions if you have them. So these are the options. So if I take a private questions, it depends on what kind of question do you have. But if it's during this live, I'll try my best to answer it. What are some the vulgar philosopher? What are some ways I can harness and focus my power? Very good question. Very, very good question. So one of There are many ways, there are many tools, and I usually mention it because it's an interconnectedness of different things. But first of all, if you want your energy to be very sharp and strong and powerful, your body has to be empty of food. You have to empty you can't have like food, and especially junk food, processed foods, meats in your body. So your body have to be cleansed out of that. If you want to have some energy for the day to practice, have some fruits. The next thing you can do is to practice energy work. There are different ways to practice energy work. There's qigong, there's reiki, even tai chi, even yoga can actually help you harness your energy, but people use it differently. People, especially in the West, they don't really understand how, and I'm talking about hatha yoga specifically, hatha yoga, which is for moving your body. That has the purpose to actually uh, unblock your energy. It's not just for stretching. So there are different tools, but you can. The energy usually comes from the palms. So it comes from this area here in Qigong. It comes from this lower area here we have below the navel. There is this area that's in Qigong, in Taoism. It's called the Dantian. Dantian. And in that Dantian, that's where energy is harnessed. So it starts there. And when the energy is harnessed from there, it comes outside of your body through the palms. Okay? That's why when healing is done, it's usually with the palms. So that's where the energy comes out. So you can practice, and you can go to some professionals who teach that either online or directly to their places of practice, and they can teach you how to harness the energy from the dantian to your palms. And once the energy is in your palms, you can use it for healing, or you can use it for even manifestation, or you can use it, for example, I use it to charge my sigils as well, because every time I channel a sigil, that's how I charge it, and that's how I activate it. So it's active. If people buy it and use it, it's activated. But before even doing anything, if you want to test your energy and power, just have your hands close and see if you feel some tingling between your palms. And you're going to have one dominant hand, either the right hand or the left hand. You're going to have one dominant hand that has more energy coming out than the other. And you're going to feel the tingling. If you don't feel it, if you don't feel any tingling, it means that your energy is quite dormant. It's not activated. If you do this and you feel the tingling so strong, it means your energy is super powerful and it can be even used for healing. If you want to wake it up a little bit, just and try to play with the energy around your palms. Do this. Bring it closer. For me, it works better when I close my eyes. Close your eyes. Bring it closer, closer, closer. And as you bring it closer, you're going to feel resistance from the energy. You're going to feel like something is pushing your palms away from each other. That's the energy. You're not touching your palms, but you're going to feel that your palms are being pushed away. You try to bring them close, but they're being pushed away. So that is the energy that you can use for your practice, for healing, and for many, many other things. For some people, they have it very, very strong. And with meditation, with cleansing your body, with practice, it becomes much stronger. There are some masters that can even burn things with their palms. They can take, for example, a piece of paper and they focus the energy so much on their palms that it catches fire. So some people have it very strong with practice, and some people, if you don't sense anything, it means it's really dormant and you don't have it. And it's the same energy that is used for healing. That's the same energy. So there are different tools, but you can experiment with that. Okay. Ravenstar, can suffering be overcome? Yes, and that's what Buddha was teaching his followers since 2,500 years ago, is to overcome suffering. Because when you reach a state where nothing bothers you, when you are 24/7 always in peace within yourself, that's it. That means you overcome suffering, or um, you worked on yourself until you overcame it. Um, Suffering comes from attachment, and there are in Buddhism the Four Noble Truths that can help you understand suffering and how to overcome it. So research the Four Noble Truths. They are one of the foundations of Buddhism, and it's all about where does suffering come from, why do people go through it, and how to overcome it. But to sum it up, suffering comes from attachment, and the day you have zero attachment to anything, your suffering will disappear. That's just in a nutshell. It goes much it, Buddhism goes much more in depth, of course, with what the Buddha taught, but suffering, we have it because we have attachment. Beautiful question, though. Beautiful question. And also to add something up for this, the day you overcome suffering, you actually ascend. The people who truly become overcome suffering, like 100%, they're the ones who, that's when ascension happens, because it's a very, very, very hard thing to do. Um, let's see, one more question, and I will wrap up this because, but a lot of beautiful questions from you guys that I I hope the answers are helping you. I enjoy answering them for you guys. I hope they're helping you. Let's see. Okay, so Anu Sharma. Hi, Seth. This is Anu from India. Hello, welcome to the chat. It's a pleasure to have you. How can we protect our chi? Yes, or prana, which is the life force, the energy field that I was just talking about earlier, which I demonstrated with that's chi basically, that energy I was talking about. Like what Anu Sharma mentioned, it is chi. That's in the East they call it chi. In India they call it prana. So, how can we protect our chi from negative energy and toxic people, especially in the spiritual path? Yes, I have addressed this before, but the best way is to always keep working on yourself, always, always, because it's the sum of many practices you have to do at the same time over the years. In the beginning, protection is going to be hard. You can use, for example, in the beginning, you can use jewelry to protect yourself. A talisman, an amulet, a ring, any kind of jewelry, you can intend it with protection and it's going to help you. It's going to suck the energy of the malicious intent. Instead of it hitting you, the jewelry is going to take it. In your home, you can use crystals. You can use crystals. Any crystals with the color black are amazing for protection, like obsidian, black onyx, um, or any crystal that has the black or dark gray color. They're great for embracing darkness and for protection, because the more you embrace your darkness, the less protection you're going to need, because your energy is going to become very powerful and intimidating at the same time. So you're not going to need as much protection once your darkness is fully embraced. So in your home, you can use crystals. You can use also salt for protection. There's different ways of using salt. Either you put in the corners of your home, or because it's salt sucks negative static energy. It sucks it takes it away. So you can use salt in the corners of your home, at the entrances of your door, on your windows. You can do that. You can do rituals for protections as well, or spells for protection. Those are the things you can do at first to protect yourself. But as you move on your journey, the more you cleanse your energy, shed the layers that don't uh, serve your soul. Focus always on the positive side of things. Meditation, connecting to nature, and always being aware of the fact that you're not supposed to entertain or engage in negative, toxic behaviors. The more you do so, your energy and your vibration is gonna rise. So the people who want to harm you, they're not gonna reach you because they can't tune in your energy. Your energy is much higher, and for them to tune into this frequency, they're gonna have to go so much higher to tune into your frequency. So they're not gonna be able to tune here. They're tuning here. But if you're here, they can easily tune to you, and that's why they can harm you. But if you're here, they can't tune to your energy. So even if they try to send you up like this, if they try to send you hate, negative energy, evil eye, it's not gonna reach because you're high. You're much higher. So like it's even the example of hate comments. It's like um, in the beginning of my journey, when I started this channel, some hate comments used to bother me, and now they don't. And now I laugh. Actually, I find them hilarious. It's like watching a comedy show. I really find them hilarious. So, so it's with time, with practice, with becoming aware that you're like your home. Why are you gonna bring negativity in your home? Focus on positive things. Always be grateful for what you have. Even if you see what's going on in the world, it's hard. It's a lot of bad things are happening. Focus on your peace. Be a good person. Help other people if you can. Do good things. Do good deeds. You see something toxic, negative, don't go to it. Don't go to that uh, cafe that have toxic people. Don't go to that restaurants where the energy is very bad. Don't go there. Even if the food is good, don't go there. Actually, the food is probably not good, because if the energy is bad, it means the food is bad too. Don't hang out with people who are always talking about like toxic stuff. Don't hang out with energy vampires. So cleanse your life. Cleanse it. Cleanse your life from these things. And the more you cleanse your life, it's a long life journey. It's very hard. It's years and years of always doing the work, consistency, doing the work, until one day you realize that, wow, they don't reach me. These negative things don't reach me. These negative people, they don't bother me. They can be there, they can even insult me, and I don't care. So in the beginning, it's going to be hard. But as the years go, it's going to become easier and easier and easier. But yes, use jewelry, you can use crystals, you can also use mudras. You can use mudras for protection. You can use the Hindu mudras, or invent your own mudra and invent it and intend it with protection. It could be any kind of mudra that represents protection for you. And every time you feel like you're attacked, do that mudra, and you're gonna feel better right away. There is, of course, in the spiritual new age, they tell you visualize yourself having a ball around you, a ball of light. It's always light, right? Visualize yourself here. I'm gonna say it in my version. Visualize yourself having a ball of darkness. It's a dark ball. It's black. It's beautiful, and nothing can go through it. Nothing. That can work too, but that doesn't work for everyone. Maybe some people can't visualize properly that kind of thing. Maybe if you're meditating and your eyes are closed, you can't visualize it. But what if you're on the go and you don't have time? That's why you wear protective jewelry, right? So just do the work, and you will succeed in protecting yourself 100%. It's just going to take time. Okay? So So I think we're gonna stop here. In the beginning of this live, I said people always condemn the black color. Black magic is bad, right? Darkness is black, so it's bad. I said I don't know what's the obsession of humans and condemning the black color. I said it, and that's why I have a book called How to Embrace Your Darkness, because I'm the advocate of saying that black is a beautiful color, and it's been always on purpose because of racism. I repeat it, because of racism. I repeat it again and again. Because of racism, it was condemned. Black magic is bad. Black color is bad. Doing something is bad. And here we go again. When I said engulf yourself in the ball of light, like what the spiritual new age fluff people say, why I said I'm gonna do my own version, which is it's gonna be instead of a ball of light, it's gonna be a ball of black. You know what Maha J wrote? Ew, why black? In the comment section. Maha, what's wrong with black? Maha, why you say ew? What's wrong with black? Is that a racist thing? What is it? Why ew? Do you come from the white world, a world where the trees are white and the oceans are white and the sky is white? Is that why the white ball of energy is better than the black one? Where is this program coming from, Maha J? Where is it coming from? Is it a racist thing that's out there? You should remove it if it's racist, because it's the opposite of spirituality and spiritual growth. But here's the thing, Maha J, what are you doing here if it's not for spiritual growth? What are you doing here? We're talking about spiritual growth, not about racism. So reconsider your whatever you write next time before you write it down, okay? Because darkness is beautiful, Maha. Why are you promoting people to cover and shield themselves in darkness? Because it's beautiful. I have a book called How to Embrace Your Darkness, okay? Because darkness is where light is coming from. If you are, what do you call that? Brainwashed with religion, you should go to a religious channel. Because this is not a religious channel. This is occult. We do magic here. We do darkness. We talk about Lucifer. So what are you doing here? Are you lost? Maha J, why don't you go to a religious channel? What are you doing here? What are you doing here? So you don't. What are you doing here? Well, here we believe in something. You don't believe in a religion, but here we believe in something. We believe in something. So what's your problem with the darkness? What's your problem with the black color? Why ew? What's your problem with darkness? I'm defensive because I'm tired of people condemning darkness and the black color. I'm tired of it. That's why I'm defensive. And sometimes people, they will get this from me. Sometimes they will get this from me. Okay? So if it's not coming from racism, and it is a racist thing, if it's not coming from racism, then what is it? Why is black a bad thing? Why is darkness a bad thing? Use your mind. I always say it. Use your mind before you write something. Use your mind. The people who don't use their minds are stupid people. Use your mind, okay? That's why I tell you humans are funny. Humans are very, very funny. So, like, because this is a live session, I'm aware that a lot of people are gonna come in, and a lot of people are gonna write hate comments. So for most of the hate comments, I'm gonna ignore, but some of them, they're gonna get some of me. They're gonna get it, and I that's how I treat my channel too. Some people, like, I ignore most of people, but some people they need to have some of that. They need to have it. So that's why I decided to answer that one person who was being racist. Okay, so that's what I have. And on this note, I'm gonna end this live because I think I've been here for too long. I was answering the questions. Thank you very much for all of you beautiful souls who are here. You guys are wonderful. Thank you for being here, for asking your questions. I hope the answers have helped you improve on your journey, or like it helps just kind of change your perspective about something, because that's the goal here. These concepts that I address on this channel as an alchemist are very occult in nature. They're not very popular. They're very specific. They're very niche. So they will tend to attract some hate and some people who don't understand them. But let's I'm gonna keep doing these lives, and I will for each live answer like a different set of questions for you guys. Maybe I'm gonna organize them in terms of themes, and that way you will get to see also my live version versus just me recording myself talking in the background. Maybe it's better to just like see more of myself, of who I am, my energy, just like this, like raw. It's raw. When I say something, it's just I say it, and that's what you get. So thank you very much for tuning in. I'm gonna try to do a live tarot session next time and see how that goes, because that might be I'm a little bit worried about it, because if there's a lot of people and they're all asking questions, I don't know how I'm gonna manage that in the time frame that I can that I have for the live session. But I'll try it out. I'll try it out. I'll try it out. And if you have any other questions, please write them down in the comment section. You can watch again this live session at your convenience if you weren't present here. Thank you so much. You guys are wonderful. Please remember to always focus on your peace deep within, and to always focus on the positive side of things. Don't let external things affect you. And even if these external things they try and come and affect you, know that they're not part of you. They're not who you are. So always focus on the core of who you are. That's what matters. And be loving and be kind. Okay? And protect yourself. Because many of you have asked that question today about protection. Protect yourself, because the world is hostile. So yes, be loving, be kind, be generous, yes, but protect yourself, because some people, they're going to be nasty. And for the nasty people, you have to know how to handle them, and you have to know how to take care of the nasty people. You can't just let them step on you, because you're not a doormat. You're not a doormat. Okay? Thank you very much, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.